All right, so we're going to be starting with the right leg. You don't want to stand as far away from the wall as possible, just self-selected distance. And again, the driver here is going to be the front right butt. So again, making sure that we're not swaying from the back, driving, and it's almost like a rod is going through the spine. And one of the cues that I give my runners is to, as you come forward right there, that's when you want to work on, the hip is actually extending, so if you push your foot into the ground at the same time, you're going to help facilitate extra hip extension from the glutes. So again, this is working sagittal plane first. I'm going to go on the left side, with the driver being the left front butt, keeping everything nice and straight through there. So sagittal plane. Okay, now, this is, I like to call this one the fire hydrant one, because again, we're focusing on motion from the hip. So I tell them that this left leg should be like rigor mortis. So you're hinging from the right hip, and same thing, that we've got the hip in a little bit of extension here. I came out of it a little bit, but keep your sagittal motion, and then we've also got frontal plane. So again, right there is when we push down with the foot into the floor, get the glutes firing. Can tell it's working. I'm getting out of breath. Same thing, I'm going to go on the left side, get into extension, drive from the left. Ooh, we're a little tight over here on this side, clearly. So working on that one, driving that left foot into the floor. Again, making sure that we don't spin into rotation. Just pure frontal plane motion, starting with a little bit of sagittal plane motion, just driving from that hip. Okay? All right. Third one, we've got a little extension. We can add in a little bit of the frontal plane motion here. Drop that down, and so then we're winding the butt in all three planes of motion here, and then unloading. So we're loading here, and then driving up and around. Loading, up and around. This is actually would be a very talented dog with a fire hydrant, but some of you may have one of those, but I'm sure the Gray family their dogs have learned to pee in all three planes with the fire hydrant. This one, as you'll see on the EMG, you don't need to do many of these. And again, you're getting that right butt to go. Here, let's do the left side. Again, load it all three planes. Planes of motion, sagittal, frontal, and then transverse, and come on out of it. Again, leading with the left leg. This is my weaker side, so it's harder for me to lead with this one. My right side tends to be the driver, so I actually have to really concentrate, which in itself is hard for me to do. But just driving here, and then just coming down and around, up and over. Down and around, up and over. There you have it. Woo. Okay, thanks for watching.
This is again another way that I use the wireless EMG in the lab as biofeedback training. So you can see here that as I'm doing the motion, I've got the histogram channels hooked up here, and you can see on this TV, this is how I have my clients and athletes using this as feedback because they're able to get visual feedback, and if I wanted to set the computer to do auditory feedback, I could do that as well. So this is a sagittal plane motion of glute strengthening. Again, we're back on the right side, and I could be using the screen for my visual feedback, but I just wanted to show you all here what it looks like on the histogram to see how much of a contraction I get the right. And the left side, it's trying, but you can see that I'm actually getting a fair amount of quad motion, or quad strengthening going on here on the left side. And again, just seeing this, and I was watching on there as well, just trying to get that little guy to fire, but this is one that I would want to spend a little more time on, working on left side versus right side inefficiencies. And again, making sure that the whole body moves together over the one side. The opposite leg is just kind of going along for the ride. It's kind of the driver in that situation. But you want to really make sure you're loading here in this space, and then you're coming around, and that's when you're going to feel that big contraction in the muscle. So do it one more time there. Boom. We get a big, nice big contraction there. Again, isolating the glute. This poor guy on the left side needs some work over here. But that's the benefit of hooking up the EMG sensors and seeing those differences, and seeing not only, differences between left side and right side, but how strong versus weak on the other side. So again, just a great way to look at the exercise and how effective it is, and see the difference in efficiency of one side versus the other.